Hello, brothers of internets. Today I am in automation, actually, very briefly this time, as I'm showing you my HTO, and it is basically an updated version of a Mitsubishi FTO from the 1990s. This is the twin turbo model with about 282 horsepower, and it's got Super 24 there, which is completely inaccurate because it doesn't have 24 valves. I mean, I was just building this as a bit of a project, really. I'm going to remove that. It just looks ridiculous to me. But it has got kind of a shooting brake look to it. It's an MX-5 body, I believe. It's not supposed to be a shooting brake, but I've tried my best to make it look like one anyway, and I think I've pulled it off quite effectively. The front end looks a bit odd, but hey, maybe you'll like it, maybe you won't. Maybe it's quite a Marmite front end. The rear just has pointless vents and stuff, but then so are most modern cars that are sporty like that. It is, in many ways, quite similar to what I set out to do with my car from before. You won't have seen it yet because of how I've ordered everything, but I set out to build a 90s sport coupe, and it kind of changes quite a lot along the way. We've got the badge, that was it. So I can add something to it, hopefully, just to make it look vaguely realistic. I don't know what Ecotech is from. I remember I bought the V16 add-on and then I had a lot more badges, so I'm not sure what's going on with that, but maybe it is from that DLC. And we've got to add one kind of a badge to the other side as well. Ooh. That's not exactly what it is, but it'll work, you know. It is a coupe. Also a shooting brake. It is everything you want it to be, basically. We don't have a sunroof. Oh, we do have a sunroof, or an attempt at a sunroof, before the reflections went funny when it was in BeamNG. We have everything! It also has ever so slight downforce. I don't remember if it said it's got a dual clutch or not. I have played with the quality settings, so that's done. 59% front because it's a transversely mounted V6. Basic safety. I could probably go better, but I don't want to put too much weight on it. What's the suspension? Standard suspension, but it's got very good dampers. And there's our downforce right here. So it's 13 kilograms. I think it's an aluminium construction. So overall, it's slightly better than my convertible, but my convertible is a convertible, so you know the natural chassis stiffening and everything that goes with that will make it a bit heavier. We'll go see here. We do have a convertible, but I've not used it. I don't see how I would be able to make that convertible into a shooting brake, to be honest. Here we have our engine. We've got a lot of lag up to 3,500 RPM. It's a low revving 3.5 litre engine. In the same way as what I built before. It revs low so that it can get better economy. Cam profile is a little on the high side, but it is a sports car. It was really impossible to avoid that. If we look here, 4.5 seconds 0 to 60, pretty good for a sports car. And we're going to test this as well as a few other vehicles and see how they do when it actually comes to taking them around the test circuit. Why yes, the finest mountain of trials will be our test circuit today, and it is here. What's happened? Oh, I thought the track was just glitching out. I'm just kind of iffy on the start line. Anyway, we are going to hopefully get this launched. Yeah, so it is, by the looks of it, a dual clutch transmission. Yep, manual 3, manual 4. Whoa, no, I need to press the brake, not the clutch. That was a stupid mistake on my part. I'm just getting used to using my old wheel on Gran Turismo 6 I played some of recently. Why can't I look where I'm going? I mean, this thing is properly quick. I'd have to be a complete fool to mess this up because it's a real easy drive, and although it hasn't got the most power in the world, what it's got it puts to amazingly good usage. It's just a shame I've got my microphone now in a position that seems to block me from seeing absolutely everything. Oh dear. Something's with my pedals as well. Something's moving around there. I do hope it's not a poisonous snake. That would not be ideal. But I'm going to press on regardless. 5th gear. I think it's got a 6-speed if I remember correctly. A close ratio 6-speed rather. Come on. The miles per gallon, if I remember correctly, it's pretty good. It's around 28, but I don't remember if that's exact or not. It was better than a WRX STI. I remember that. I remember benchmarking it against that, and it was better. And this is all-wheel drive as well. So, yeah, it is kind of comparable to that. Although that car is slightly older since this is a 2018 car built in the now, and that is built since like 2015. Right, so along we go. It feels actually very similar to what I was driving last time. I mean, mine has got more wheel drive and more power. How would it feel any different? Come on. Here we go. 2 minutes 2. I believe this is already our second quickest vehicle. And maybe I could have shifted down a bit more, but yeah, I was trying to keep it in a higher gear. Oh, yep, 3rd gear. There you are. Oh, we hit the rev limiter there. I don't really know what to do with the gearing in this. I may have even got out of the turbo there. You don't want to get left out of the turbo. There's a lot of lag, and getting caught out by it is surprisingly easy. So we have to go carefully around here. I'm using 3rd and 4th gear a lot. Using the higher gears a lot, considering this isn't an ultra high speed circuit. And I'm clutching now like it's an old style shifter. Gauge shifter, should I say. Oh dear. Oh no. I turned in to the left a bit too much there. And almost messed everything up. Come on. 3rd gear. That should work. As I'm just about getting this leveled and finding a way to put the power down. It's odd though, the power kind of sinks. It's like it's not quite got the torque in it to put it down properly. Which is strange, it's a 3.5 litre twin turbo V6. I mean, torque should not be one of the things this is lacking, yet that so exactly feels like it is what's happening. And that was quick. I think that may be a new quickest time. Mind if it has beaten the supercar, we must still remember this is a lot newer, so it has that on its side. I mean, the supercar, the turtle duck as it is, I built, that was, for the time, still a very good car. It's just, maybe it's going to get left behind by today's technology, so to speak. Oh dear. That was not the best corner leaving time ever. Come on. Through here. Oh, I am putting my foot to it. It's not like I'm half leaning on it or something. It's just such a strange powertrain. I didn't experience this when I drove out West Coast USA. I mean, I guess this has more potential to go lifting wheels here. That is a possibility. That it just didn't do that because the roads at West Coast were generally flatter than the mountainous roads around here. I really am not sure though. 4th gear. Oh. So skipping along. We'll go to 4th gear. I don't know what else to say. 3rd. And round here, try and get the power down. Yes. I'm not going to say anything. I'm not going to use Curse of the Commentator on this car. Woo, because it just wouldn't be fair to go and punish the car by saying, you know, I could have a horrible crash on the final straight. Well, by this point, I know it can't happen, so I'm kind of in the safe anyway. 57, yeah. Our new quickest car. Just have a look at it in free roam. I mean, you might not think of it. It looks surprisingly cheap and tacky, actually. But this is a very beastly performance car. And it's not to be doubted. That's for sure. And remember, the vehicle that I am competing with, that had really nice handling characteristics. And 500 horsepower. So, to compete on that kind of level, really, really impressive. So, here we have the Turkey on the Run edition, and as you might be able to tell by now, it's a key car. I mean, look at that tiny engine, it's absolutely tiny. I think it's an inline 4-cylinder now with a turbo, and it looks like a unitary construction. Double wishbone all round, is that? Or it's got no, I think it's double wishbone and multi-link, if I remember correctly. So we've got good suspension, but we've got good suspension on a key car. And we do have a manual mode, which is interesting. So this is a dual clutch transmission in a key car. Let's just see how it goes. I reckon this is in with a shot of beating the Murmark if I really push it. It's easy to think I'm going crazy here, but remember, the previous car may have been down on power, but it did incredibly well. And I was in Gran Turismo actually just recently driving a 140 horsepower modified first generation Prius, and I was able to beat 350 horsepower European sports saloons, partially because the AI were terrible, but partially because my car was just incredible around the corners, and I mean like really incredible, far better than a Prius should have ever been. As to what I'm doing buying and spending all my money tuning a Prius, well, that's a story for another day. But for now, yeah, handling can mean a lot, is what I'm getting to. Come on, flooring it in 4th gear. Can we hit 88 miles per hour? That is the question. Oh, 5th gear. 75. I reckon we can hit 88. Maybe not here, but maybe another time, another place. Oh. I hit 76 there. Ooh, yep. I have to do what I was doing with that Prius. I have to remember that because the Prius was actually a CVT, but besides that, it was able to get pushed very hard around every corner of the track, which was Silverstone in that case. And I was able to... something's happened. I don't think I've wrecked the car. I think it was just a light nudge. I hope it's okay. But yeah, I was having to push it around every corner. And I was massively outdone on the straights. But if I can get everything just right, it might do well. Well, failing that, I can beat the Kashira Cargo at least. Oh, around here we go. Yes. Oh, that's quite a wobble. This does not have a lot of power. I'm going incredibly slow. But lap times will increase with my cornering, as I'm going to be incredibly aggressive, as you'll see. Such aggression that you have not seen before. Oh, that was not the most secure way to take a corner, let's say. Into 3rd. It's like I'm driving the HTO. In the weirdest way it is. I'm flooring it and it's got more handling than it's got power. Oh, going a bit wide, but that's fine. I mean, third gear pushing well. Oh. Maybe I shouldn't have been on that rumble strip, but I don't really care. Because I'm going and having fun with a car that's probably a rental. Yeah, I mean, that's why you don't buy these cars. That's why you rent them. Oh, what's happened? It was worth a try. Oh, dear me. Something's gone wrong. Something's gone very wrong. We've lost the front wheel. It did finish. It did get a lap. Nothing I'm going to do with one wheel, though, is going to be faster than the first lap anyway, so... yeah. It's a shame, but I'm going to have to call it quits here. Because I was pushing the car too hard. I mean, it doesn't have that kind of ridiculous speed that I would like to see from it. But it's not a bad car. It just wasn't designed to be sporty. So, the BeamNG bus service had run out of good drivers. So they had to send me. And then I ended up driving everyone to Trial Mountain. I mean, they got out, of course, but they were not happy with the situation by the end of it. And I do have a manual mode. So, yes, I've eventually worked out how to use a transmission. Mind, it did take a short amount of time. Come on. We will get to the bus stop. Even though I have to do 3 laps of Trial Mountain first. And probably run out of fuel in the process. Because this is a big, heavy beast. It is diesel powered though. So we should have the torque to manage the hills. Unlike a certain HTO. Cough, cough. Third gear. I'm flooring it. Foot to the floor. Probably not what any remaining passengers want to hear, but what I'm doing anyway. We'll slow it, slow it, slow it. And, oh, that hit. I think it hit the middle of the body, so I should be mechanically fine. I don't know why my mind had struggle pronunciation mechanical, but it did. I can't talk today. Anyway, yes, gutter technique in a bus. Ah, dearie me. Too many references. What is this channel becoming? This channel is becoming the poor humour of the internet. Oh dear. Come on, you will get somewhere. I'm trying to shift up, it won't let me. Is this actually all the gears we have? Well, it is the base model, but still. Come on! You shall triumph! It's not that much slower than the key car, if I'm entirely honest. It's like maybe 20 miles per hour slower, but this is a huge behemoth of a thing. So, yeah, to get that close is impressive. I'm pushing now. It's a slight incline, so I will lose a mile per hour or two. This is what you have to think when you're a bus driver. Third gear, because fourth just wasn't doing anything for me. Round this corner, I'm not going to brake. I can't afford to lose the speed. People hanging on for dear life in the back. Don't worry, you will probably live. I can't guarantee it, but you will probably live. Come on. You have my lifetime guarantee that for as long as you live, I will try and drive quickly. Oh, dearie me. Unless I move on with my life. Not much of a lifetime guarantee when there's that many strings attached, but still. Come on. Yes. Cut across that. This is probably going to be the slowest vehicle on the leaderboard, even slower than that key car, but I don't care. Quite frankly, as long as people get round here, in the quickest time imaginable for a bus, I will be impressed. If I can get within a minute of that supercar, I will be impressed. Which is actually still the quickest car, because I did just check the leaderboard and add a few of the new cars on, and it is below it by about 1 to 2 seconds, so it's still fighting, even though that was made in 1988. Still undefeated. Come on. Mind, the HDO did give it a bit of a scared moment, and that's not exactly what your supercar company wants. Oh, dear me. I think I might have smashed the front up a bit, but again, the actual axle should be fine. We'll go around these next few corners. Shift up. And then I'm gonna, again, floor it. Oof, that was a bit of a mountain to climb. And then suddenly fall off them. The good thing about being on the second lap, though, is, unlike the first lap, I do have some momentum. Whereas the first lap was kind of warming tyres, getting off the line, that kind of stuff. This lap, I'm already going into it. I kind of know what the bus can handle as well, so everything will just add up a bit better. Flooring it over this crest, I should be able to do that without particularly shifting down. We can't hit 88 miles per hour as much as I would like to. Oh dearie me, that was a bit of a bump. Oh wow. Sudden left turn. If only I could start drifting with this. Unfortunately, I don't reckon I have the power to. It would be funny though. I just seen the passengers in the back scrambling about. As I should have shifted into third earlier there, but hey, I can bear that advice for the third lap to try and get a quicker time. If my bus equipment even survives a third lap, that is. Come on. I'm going to shift up into fourth very soon. There we go. And slow into third. Cut across the grass because I'm a savage. I'm a savage monster of a bus driver. Being leaf springs, which, well, they probably are on the back of this at least, I reckon the passengers will have felt every bump in that grass. I mean, I've been in a bus. I know how uncomfortable they can be. Come on. Yes, let's use the flip ramp. Oh, dear me. Someone spilt their coffee. That's not good. Come on, I must set a sub 3 minute time. It must happen. At any expense of Waitrose coffee you might have or might have not got for free. I don't think they give it away for free anymore. Oh well, this passenger tells me they have a way of getting free coffee. So, yeah, make of that what you will. Fourth gear is what I'm spending most of my time in. I mean, this is not meant to be floored constantly. This is a city bus, if I'm entirely honest, and I don't want to fly into a mountain. We'll slow and... Oh, again, that corner. It's just that one corner catches me off guard with the ability to smash up my front end. Come on. 54 is not the time I want to be taking to get around here. Right, I'm going to floor it. Just brutally flooring it and hoping at this stage. I'm going to go wide. Or tight into the corner and widen out, which should hopefully give me the maximum uphill kind of speed you could possibly get out of this, if that makes sense. Oh, and I'm hitting the limit. That's good, though. That means I've really pulled every bit of speed I can out of this. So, yeah, it's like the Miramar, you know. Although this has a lot more grip because it's travelling at slower speeds, you do have to work out a flow with it. And you have to work with it instead of against it. So, come on. I was trying to shift down to third there, but it wouldn't let me. Looks like this next corner might be the time. Come on. Yeah, there we go. Manual third. It just wouldn't let me shift down before, probably to prevent damage to the engine. Whoa. Round here. Oh, bit of a jiggle. The Waitrose coffee is certainly not in the cup anymore. Wherever it is, I don't know. Ooh, I should have shifted up earlier there. That might have cost me in terms of time. I blame the Waitrose customers and their heavy shopping. Come on. Flooring it as much as I can. I know what I'm going to do here. No, I'm not going to cut all the way across. That would just be cheating. I'm going to do a slightly less cheaty method. Yes! Just hear that clunk of metal. 55, 56. Yay, I did it! Yeah. I take what little achievements I can get, okay? And if we go back into neutral somehow. Yeah, look at this. Oh, and now I have to go through the things again. So, the front isn't as damaged as I would have thought. I mean, sure, I was knocking it on that wall, but it looks like I just knocked out a bit of metal and that was it. I'm surprised, I must admit. I was entirely expecting this thing to be a complete wreck by the end, at least on the front end where I couldn't see. But no, it looks fine. Who isn't fine? Well, my passengers. They might need to get out the doors because they kind of jammed up with all the stuff. There we go, you can finally get out. We've got the mystical ghosts that patrol this track to use their magic ghost powers to tear the doors off. Let's tear this back panel off as well while we're at it. That's the radiator, and tear this off. There's our engine, that beastly thing that propelled us to the, what do you call it? End of the course? Yeah, we have the slowest vehicle now. So, here we have a tuned, what do you even call it? I've honestly forgotten the name, I'm sorry. Malooch, there it is. And it's a convertible. What more do you want? Anyway, it is time to get going. So there we go. Second gear. This should be quite good. I mean, sure it's got the world's flimsiest chassis, probably made from Pringles, but wet Pringles even. But anyway, oh, it does have a decent amount of grip and it weighs nothing. Oh, tugging at the wheel already is not a good sign. Mind, I was just driving a bus, so, you know, that bus had about as much momentum as a vase slowly moving, slowly rolling off a countertop. I don't know. I'm terrible at metaphors, okay? I just got one good one with the wet Pringle thing. Come on! Yep, you'll see the entire car is just jiggling about. Kind of what I like about it, though, I will admit. It does make it an amusing drive. Ooh. Right, into here we go. Floor it. Oh dear, third gear. I was in and... Can we hit 88 in this little thing? 76. Wait a minute, you're telling me this struggles to get to similar speeds to what that key car does? That key car only had 63 horsepower and it was not the same terrifying machine that this is. It's so terrifying. You just could lose the rear end at any moment, but you don't know which moment. I just hope I don't mess stuff up. No, curse of a commentator, I should not say these things. Come on. Maybe I should hope I do mess it up. Because it's happened before. I hope I do mess things up. And then, curse of a commentator, lo and behold, things actually go incredibly well. Oh, come on. Right, yo. And here we go. Accelerate. and I am gripping the wheel. I'm like really gripping it in a desperate attempt to keep this thing under control. Come on. Let's see what I can get from it on this first lap. It feels good. Oh, it feels a lot quicker than it is then, in that case. Because I can just tell that. I mean, it's probably as quick as the the turkey. Let's be honest, but it feels so much more. Probably because of how it jiggles about and how the back steps out and everything. Come on. Oh, slow it. Slow it, but not too much. And then I can floor it in third out of that corner. Now, tap on the brakes and round this tunnel corner we can go. Step onto that wimble strip. Oh, over those few rocks at the side. Like they're nothing. Oh, I just forgot where my shifter was and reached for the complete wrong location. That was a foolish tactic of me. And now I'm shifting into all the wrong gears. Yeah, you're in third, okay, that's good. That's what I originally wanted. Sorry, I'm not to myself today in terms of shifting. Third gear. I have to get this right on the last one, because this one is not good. I keep messing up the shifts. I think I'm rushing into it too much. I could just slow down. Maybe that would fix the problems. Come on! You're getting close to 88, little car. Maybe you can do it next time. Maybe I need to employ the Miramar/bus tactic. Tactic of getting into a flow and working with the car. It doesn't feel that bad. I mean, there's clearly a lot of grip to it. That much must be said. But that grip can be used against me if I'm just completely abusive with the car. Come on. Floor it round here and out the corner. Yep. It had the way of stepping out just a bit, but it had enough grip to make up for that. Fourth gear. Slow it into third. And that might not have been the best way to take that corner, but it will give me a smooth run into the third lap. Wait, I think, is the temperature a bit too high on this? I don't know. Either way, it looked like it was hitting a red line there, even though it appeared to be below the red line. Come on. Third gear here. And round this corner, accelerate. Oh, bit on the grass. Come on. I was in no gear there. I would have liked to be better this time, as I said, but I actually feel like the lack of stiffness may help it over some of the bumps, because suspension travel is not something this is going to have a lot of. Come on, third. We can do this. I just have to work with the car. Listen to the messages it sends. They're probably not positive ones. They're probably telling me I'm going to crash. I'm going to crash if I keep trying to get any more speed. Oh, fourth gear. I think you just saw that. The way I wanted to step out there, but I kind of just went with it and moved to the other side of the course. It was easier by that stage. I unfortunately can't hit 88. It's not a possibility. I can hit 84. Come on. For third gear am I in now? Ooh, over the grass. And yeah, 126p. You are doing a good job so far. I don't know what the second lap time is, but I feel it could be okay at least. Come on. Oh no, it's not. This is slow. Not the slowest we've had. Come on. Flooring it out of that corner. It is very hot in this engine. Fourth place. Right. I must not do anything stupid. I must just get through here. And as we do, 76, 77, 78. I was 10 miles per hour off that. 221. I mean, for such an old car, it held together okay, but I kind of expected more. Yeah, my TAIF, that is. Ah, dearie me. The old times. We've got the Kashira cargo beaten though, and the DT40L base, which is the bus. So, what else do we have? So, here we have a Automobilia Piccolina, which is a micro car basically. This is the chopped something or other. I forget the exact name, but it's got around about 200 horsepower, I think rear wheel drive. It's air cooled and it is hopefully going to be quick. It is the chopped version, so yeah, it means there's less pillar here and windscreen and side window than the alternative regular versions. Come on. Ah, Street Machine, that was the name. It escaped me for so long, but then I got back to it eventually. Third gear. Oh, this grip's a lot better. I'm sorry. Curse of a commentator and all that. Ah, dearie me. Oh well, first lap was never going to be great anyway. As long as nothing... I'm not going to say it. As long as all the worky things do be working, it should be fine. Oh, I've probably said it now. Now we know what's going to happen. Come on. So, you can't leave this in gear and hope it will kind of fill the gear. You have to kind of use it. Whoa! It's a bit savage. More savage than the car I was driving before. That was a car, it jiggled all about the place, sure, but if you were willing to work with it, you could get a half decent time from it. Come on. Fourth gear. Oh, where am I going? I'm going all over the place. Ooh. Fifth. I'm not sure how many gears this has, but I am going over 88 miles to the hour. No, it's miles per hour, not miles to the hour. What am I going to be measuring next? Miles per gallon? Oh, well, technically that is a thing. I just ruined my own joke. By being stupid. This is away we go. No, slow. Somehow I've pulled it through here. Rightio. It's looking incredibly slow, but remember, I've spun it about 2 times, so it wouldn't look great. Come on. This is the way we go. 4th gear. My hand isn't on the shifter. I'm noticing that now. I've taken a different stance. With this car, I think you have to be on everything. So, it's better if I just get the power down. Hand on the shifter and everything. And then just use the steering wheel when it's necessary with the other hand. Come on. I kind of messed the gearing up coming into there, but it was about like trying to make sure I'm managing everything about the car. Trying to make sure everything is properly done. Oh. Come on. I don't want to floor it too much. Lighter pedal inputs here, as you may be noticing. Come on. Oh. Oh, that was one-handed steering again, by the way. I think it was actually in Initial D that they had that guy that does the one-handed steering, although I can't do it very well. I'm sorry, I got abusive. I got abusive and just whacked my microphone one. Well, it's above my wheel, but, you know. It was going well. Right, so I think we're going to recover. Just try and readjust that briefly. Rightio. I think I know what I have to do. Problem is, will it get messed up? I know the vehicle has a lot of potential and a lot of grip. I mean, it said 2:30, but that was with 2 spins in the one. So, you get where I'm coming from, hopefully. It's got the potential. I messed up a gear in there. That shouldn't have hurt too much because, well, I wasn't accelerating anyway. I was just finding a gear. Right, so time to be gentle with it. Time to baby the car, and whoa! And it's still doing it. I think I need to, like, learn to take my hand off the shifter, but only when it's necessary. That seems to be how you deal with this. Come on, like there. I have to use my hands. I have to use both my hands to correctionally countersteer it. I can't just use one. Come on. Slow it into third. Gently does it. And yeah, both hands on there because that's when I need them. But then I can easily move it back to the shifter. As and when I need to. 5th gear. Right. Slow it to 4th. Oh. I messed up that gear shift, I know. I went into 3rd thinking it was 4th. And then I realised I had to go back to 4th. Because that was actually 4th, not 3rd. Right, and onto the grass, I know, but it's at least a stable way to take the corner. Into 3rd. I'm driving now with both my hands on the wheel, as opposed to one on the shifter, because it's a different part of the course. That's what you need around this part. You need to be able to contradict any kind of aggressive movements a car might make towards me. I'm not going to say what I'm thinking now, because I know I'll get cursed for it. Come on. Come on, mighty Chop Top. You can prove that well-engineered Chop Tops are not just a reserve of Burnsides. But only if you try. I shouldn't have said that last part. Come on, you can do 100. Oh no, you can't do 100. Okay. I get it. Better to just ease off than really try for it and probably mess everything up. And that's just my opinion on how these things sometimes work. Rightio. The curb there, or rumble strip as it was. Around there. And slow down. This is okay. Yep. So, we're done. Whoops. It wasn't letting me use 3rd gear, so I had to shift back to 4th, and this seems to be working now. So slower than the Murmur, which is interesting actually. They both have similar amounts of power. However, all being said and done, I mean, that is a reasonably impressive time. So, this actually exactly splits my TAFE 500, or 005 rather, and the Murmur with the V8. However, was it ever going to beat that Murmur? When you really think about it and how difficult to drive this thing is, it's rewarding when you get it right, but it is difficult. How it beat my car is a real question, I guess, and how it beat that by so much, because that was a nice car with 300 horsepower on its side. I guess it's just weight, really, when it comes down to it. This weighs far less. But then the Murmur weighs a lot more and still beat it with a similar amount of power. I don't know, honestly. Either way, we're going to just pull the door off. I think it's a suicide door, as they call it. So, we can go and find another vehicle. Okay, so here we have the 1973 Pigeon, and well, Go figure. This is a suitably weird car. Thought it would be a good thing to finish off on. Just straighten out my wheel. And it has, well, basically nothing to it. Other than being a older version of the Pigeon. So, with that aside, we can go and start. I'm in third, okay? Come on. Off the line. I wonder if this could be the Piccolina. That would be pretty funny given that this is, well, a crazy pickup truck thing. I think the breakdown... wait, didn't this just have rear brakes? If so, then the older Pigeon, which this one is, may actually have more brakes than the updated one, because I'm sure that only just had 2 drum brakes. So if this has 3 discs, then go figure, it's better technologically. It actually feels surprisingly nice, far nicer than a Pigeon should feel to drive. Rightio. Along here we go. 3rd gear. Filling out that gear nicely. I shifted too early. That was stupid of me. Whoa! That's what a Pigeon likes to do. Lift onto 2 wheels. And hop about. Come on. Oh, that was getting very concerningly close to a wall. Almost got took out in the same way that the... whatchamacallit did the key car. So, yeah. Try and avoid that happening. As I'm adjusting my microphone while driving. Don't do this at home, kids. It's extremely dangerous. Oh, wait. I do actually have a gear selector as well. I should probably use it. Oh, there we go. And that's rescued. Come on. Use your base model inline 4 27 horsepower. To set the incredible time you should be able to. Whoa. Come on! This way. And will it settle into a great performance level? This fiberglass beast. Whoa! Struggling to put the power down. Much. And 4th gear. As you do. I think 3rd gear next. Oh. Oh dear. Wobble, wobble. Come on. And we're in 4th gear again. This is going slow, very slow. 2 minutes 40 on the first one, and that was a very good first one. For a comparison, the Piccolina, that did a quicker time than this with 2 spin-outs. Yeah, it's not quick. It's not gonna match a key car on any planet. Although, maybe I'm wrong, I highly doubt it. I mean, I've got 3 wheels to put the power down instead of 4. And, yeah, it's getting round the corners well, but it's getting round the corners well with me fighting at the wheel. Ooh, what happened there? I'm surprised that was as smooth as it was. Anyone would think that would have been a complete disaster, but it just wasn't. The car kind of just drifted around and finished. Oh! Come on! I mean, this is quite the car to drift around with 3 wheels. How would that work, even? 3-wheel drifting? Oh dear! Yeah, it's worth accepting you're doomed by that point, but no, I'm going to press on. I'm sure I can do it. This is a little Pigeon that could. Come on. I don't know. I don't know what to say. There's a door hanging open on my right-hand side. Come on. Oh, slow it down. Anyway. Come on. Accelerate. No, don't accelerate. I don't know. Almost ended up in a gravel trap there. I don't even know if I'm okay. I probably should be in hospital after a crash like that, but hey, I'm continuing to drive, okay? That lap time is that important to me. You could say I have a great amount of drive, but that would be an overused pun, I guess. Shouldn't I be in third gear? I'm sure something's wrong with this shift gate right now. There we go, third gear. I was in the third slot, but it was kind of putting me in fifth for some reason. But why does this even have 5 gears? That's what I want to know. It's such a strange thing. It shouldn't have 5 gears. It's a pigeon. Come on. A pigeon should only have 4 gears because it's a very basic vehicle. I mean, I've basically built a pigeon chop topper if you think about it. Just look at that front windscreen. I only need to lower the seat and it would be a complete chop top job. Job done. Ooh. I don't really know what I'm doing with the gearing there. Probably messing it up. And round here we go. Slow it into here. I did a worse second lap than I did first lap. That was probably the crash I had. Come on. Ooh, slow it down, slow it down. Gently. Oh, dearie me. This car is in a terrible state. It's in as bad a state as a messy kitchen floor. How is that for a metaphor? Now we've got to try and get around here as quickly as possible. Come on. Yes, that's how we do it, not how we did it on the second lap. Oh, dearie me. Seriously. I've just realised how hot one specific point in my wheel is. That's very strange. Ah, it's actually where I've been holding it. That makes perfect sense then. Yeah, I think the engine's had it. No! The pigeon lives! The pigeon is living! It's not living very well, but it is living. Right, we have to take this to the end. We just have to. I mean, it would be wrong not to push it at this stage. Even though it's not going to set a good time. No, I don't want to go off the track. This vehicle survived and it's got all its wheels pointing in vaguely the correct direction. The key car couldn't say that. Well, this I guess is a key car, but the other key car, the turkey on the run. The turkey's not that good for running from the cops. This is, as I said it before in a video, I once threw one off a building and it survived, and now the bonnet has flicked open in front of my eyes. I think the pigeon's punishing me for all I have done to it. Oh well, I'm still going to drive you to the finish line. Don't get me wrong. Ooh. Doing a bit of driftiness here. Three-wheeled pigeon drift. That's not a phrase I thought I would say. Oh, I can see again. Third gear. Fourth gear. Slow it. And we're slower than a bus now with that accident. Oh, let's use the flip ramp. Oh, whee! We weren't going to go any quicker anyway. Come on. I'm amazed this thing survived so well as it did. I will lie. I will lie. No, I won't lie. Dear me. I mean, just look at it. The poor thing. It's front mid-engine. I think that's why it survived, but it shouldn't have. This is past its working life. Yet I kept making it work. The entire chassis is bent up. To think this drives as well as it did is a complete amazement. Yeah, that's what's happened to the other side. I mean, look, the windscreen glass is still here. I'm not sure I can show it you. I'm not sure it's going to come out by itself, but the windscreen glass is still there. However, the actual door has moved. Such a strange ordeal going on. And we can wreck the other door as well. Take any resale value this might have previously had and throw it all away. Oh, that steering wheel is a disaster. Anyway, I'm going to leave it here for today. We actually have working tail lights. Amazingly, something on this does work. Or does it? Are they only used for braking? Yeah, by the looks of it, they are. Time to break it. Anyway, with that, I'm going to say goodbye until another day.